one and all to the K.O.E. Nation for another special premium spirits review. We are going back to the island nation of Ireland, folks, for one of the best Irish whiskeys I have ever had, Knappogue Castle 16. You saw it in the line review, and now you are seeing it here for its own solo review. So, folks, we are going to grade this particular whiskey on a 5-star scale on a few different metrics. But all that aside, I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., joined by two indomitable broadcast partners in inebriation. The one, the only,
the Blend Master, Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
And
the Stylin' Profilin' Chicken. Excited for this one.
Yep, and we are here in the chicken coop for this one, folks. Could not resist, and we are here to review the Castle of Knappogue. And this is happening, folks. So we're going to review this and scale it on a couple of 5-star scales. First, we're going to scale it as an Irish whiskey. Then as a whiskey. Then as a cask-aged spirit. It's shelving. And then last but not least, the secret 5th question. Gonna have to tune into the end if you're new here, folks. So, here we go, folks. As an Irish whiskey. Now, the last time I graded this, I gave it 4.5 as an Irish whiskey. Is there any reason I'm wrong or you think I should change
He
said
did
grade?
as well.
I agreed. I said 4.5, and I challenged to find a better Irish whiskey.
I gave it 4.25 because I was trying to be a little bit conservative. Let's see if I can move up, and I have a feeling I probably will because I'm a massive mark for Irish whiskeys, and this is a marvelous one. I love the nose of this. I really do. It's such a subtle sweetness because this is only a 43% ABV. Again, like I'm shocked this is as low as it is because the sweetness comes through, but you can tell that you're about to get an Irish whiskey. Not so much with the 12. You know you're drinking an Irish whiskey here. But the look of this looks more like a Scotch, and it looks like it should be that much higher in proof, but it's not.
I was about to say, in the line review, I could not get over how much this smelled like Dalmore 18 to me. It didn't even smell like 15, didn't smell like cigar, didn't smell like anything else but Dalmore 18. And
It's a beautiful nose. So, without any further ado, I think it's time to taste it once again.
Chicken, you got something in your glass?
No.
Oh, okay. Because you were like getting your
No,
finger in there.
yeah, it was like smudged, and I thought there was something, but there's not. It was just smudged. There we go.
So, without any further
I'll quit
ado,
fingering my whiskey.
Yeah, you were fingering your whiskey. So it's like, is something wrong? I've never seen like.
Who's a whiskey and who is she fingering?
I've seen people review whiskey for it because they're like,
That's just a different way of doing it.
And I was like, why is it foggy?
Finger it
Yeah.
and shove that down my throat.
I will tell you why. Now we're back, folks. Chicken was getting into his glass a little bit, and he was wondering, why is it foggy a little bit? And the reason for that, I suspect, is because there's a chance that this is non-chill filtered. If that's the case, because chill filtration, they do that so that when you put ice in it, the whiskey stays clear. But non-chilled filtered whiskey will start to cloud up when you put ice in it. So I suspect that might be one of the reasons you were seeing some clouds there, sir.
Very
But
well.
so, Tony, we move on back to you. And are you going to stick with your 4.25 rating, or are you going to move on that?
Don't you want to have a sip of it?
I think we should.
Well, what are we waiting for? Sanjiva.
It coats the tongue in a really nice way. I think the Alisar Sherry Cask extra, 21-month aging process is really what sticks to your palate the most. And I think that's really, it's an important detail for this one. I think that's really what drives this one home as far as amazing Irish whiskey. So you guys said 4.5.
Yeah. Now there's a extra flavor that I picked up. I want to see if you guys are picking it up. It's not coffee, but when I was a child, my mom got caught into the whole cappuccino craze, and so she bought an actual cappuccino machine. And so just not only the smell, but also just that flip, because I didn't really like coffee, but I did try a cappuccino a few times, and it did give me a sort of a hint of those cappuccino flavors. So
yeah,
I know it's not strong.
No. I see what you're saying.
Excuse me. But it's
100%.
kind of wrapped in with all of that. So
Yeah, no, I can see that.
So
Definitely.
now me personally, I would have said Scotch if I was drinking this.
Yep.
I wouldn't have guessed Irish whiskey. I would have said
Well,
Scotch.
it certainly looks like one.
Well, yes, but I'm gonna stick with 4.5.
I think. Yeah, no, that's fair. 4.5. I'll give it 4.5.
We moved him.
I was trying to be conservative. I was trying not to fanboy out for the Knappogue Castle so much. I love it, but yeah, this is a 4.5.
When it's right, it's
It's
right.
marvelous. I will say I do have some contenders for ones that you might like just a little bit more, but this is marvelous.
So we move on to now a much wider world of sports here.
Yeah.
We are now going to rate this as a whiskey. This is putting it up against all the Japanese whiskeys, Canadians, bourbons, Scotch, what have you. In the world of whiskey, how does this one stack up to all the whiskeys you've had? And that's including bourbons and scotches and all of the marvelous delight that is.
Oh, I've been fighting since we've been thinking about this between 4 and a 3.75. I'm gonna give it a 4. I still love this. I would buy it over and over again. This is something I would never run out of moving forward.
I think that's fair. I was thinking 4 as well because it's such a light ABV, but it's so pleasant to drink, and you can see this.
This is impressive to anybody that comes over. Scotch
Love it.
whiskey, or whether it's Scotch whiskey or Irish, they're gonna love
There's
this.
no better way to put it. Like this is a
this is
fantastic
kind of a
whiskey.
universal whiskey.
This is
Yeah.
just a great whiskey, and the fact that it's comparable to Scotch in so many ways really does mean that it is a remarkable whiskey.
Yep. Now,
So, yeah.
the folks at Knappogue, I'm sure, it's kind of a bittersweet hearing us say that because, on one hand, their Irish pride is like, "What are you doing calling this a Scotch?" On the other hand, 80% of all whiskey sales worldwide are Scotch. So I'm sure they don't mind too much being compared to some of the finest Scotches in all God's green earth.
Yeah.
So that's so I'm gonna have to I thought you guys were gonna think I was insane being too nice giving it 4.
Nope.
But no, apparently we're all in agreement here.
Yep.
So now we move on to Cask-aged spirit. This is now comparing it to not only all the whiskeys, but all the rums, cognacs, reposado tequilas, anything that's aged in a cask.
It's what 14 years in a bourbon barrel,
Yep.
and then extra aging in also a sherry cask. It's got an amazing color. It's got a great nose. It's got a great taste. I'm trying to think of a reason not to give it 4, but it's 16 years. Fuck it, 4.
I agree. I almost want to do 4.25, but
You going with 4?
I'll stick with 4.
All right. I'm going to be a little more harsher, but only just. Again, when you're
Somebody
putting
had to be.
cask-aged spirits, there's amazing worlds of cognac, and there's all these things that are just such delightful gems in our world. I'm going to give this as a cask-aged 3.75. I'm only going below you, but only just.
No,
not
that's fair.
by too much. But yeah, this is amazing stuff. And this is in contention for the Irish Whiskey of Extreme this year. It's probably going to win Irish Whiskey of the Year, regardless of whether it becomes the Whiskey of Extreme for Ireland. Now, shelving. Gentlemen?
Yeah, it's still a top for me. I love it.
Up top.
Now, if you saw the line review, you would see that I got a stink eye from both of these gentlemen when I said I wouldn't put this on my top shelf.
Well,
and they both look at me like, you, what,
You put an extra
whiskey
caveat.
snob
You
mofo.
put a different caveat.
I
on
said
that.
now, for those who don't know, at my house, I've got one of those inglorious bastard Winston Churchill globes that opens up into a bar, and I keep the Spirits of Extreme in there. Just the
I need
best
one of
of
those.
the best. Oh, they're great.
It's pretty good.
You can buy a replica of it for like $150. That
I'm
one
gonna-
I got's legit. It's just been sitting in my
For
grandpa's garage.
$150, I could get a bottle of 16 and a bottle of 12.
Yeah, true.
Or I could get all 3 with the stimmy check.
Hey, kids thinking here. Kids thinking. So, well, we kind of dated this review. People a few years later be like,
What?
what? What's going on
What's
here?
he talking about?
But I would put this, I would actually take Tullamore Dew 12 out and put this in as just
I could think
a
of something
premier.
besides Tully 12 that you could take out before having to take that out.
What's that? I got it out.
I think you had Eagle Rare in there, and
That's just because the bottle is too tall. I can't put it anywhere else. Like, literally, the bottle is this fucking tall.
Principle
Like,
alone.
it doesn't fit in any of my shelves, so I kind of had to. So, that's good stuff. But, so, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So, yes, this would be definitely top shelf for me, if not, like, putting that in the vault so other people don't drink your whiskey.
That's
because when you're having good friends over, you bring that stuff out.
Right.
When you're having Muppets come over, you hide that stuff. So that's the way that works. So, God, now some of my friends are gonna watch this video like,
Am I the Muppet?
what the hell? All your good whiskeys are put away when I come over. You asshole.
I gave you Evan Williams. I really like you.
No, Maker's Mark regular is the top shelf stuff. There you go.
There's a Windsor.
No, I love everything else from Maker's Mark, but regular old Maker's Mark is, let's be frank, it's a cheap mix. But I'm a Mark, and I love everything else from Maker's Mark. Maker's 101, Maker's 46, Maker's Private Select are my favorite whiskeys. So, I'm just sorry, like, Maker's Mark is not the only distillery where I've had problems with their baseline offering. Like, that's fair. So, now we move on. Now, Chicken's like, what are you...
I'm like, are we getting back to Knappogue?
Yes, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Segue.
Well, hey, you
Couple
come
of
here
them.
for the bird walks and the analysis. That's what you come here for. But this stuff, now we move on to the secret fifth question. We have arrived there, folks. Took us a few bird walks and a few tours, but we got there.
You ever walk through
We're
Central
there,
Park?
folks. We're there.
So, the secret fifth question is, Chicken, when this bottle runs out, will you replace it?
Over and over again, yes.
Actually, yeah, the second we cut the video feed, he's gonna grab this and run in the other fucking room like, don't drink it anymore!
Yeah.
No,
This is fantastic. This is going to be a staple in the chicken coop moving forward. Like there's been very few. Like I love a couple of PD ones, like Abalure 12-year. It's a cheaper one I like to keep on hand. Jura Superstitions one I like to keep on hand at all times. Dalmore 12-year always got to have in the house. This is gonna join that as probably one of those more higher end ones. I'm not gonna run out of. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep this in stock.
I'm the same way because I had the bottle of about 12. Phil acquired a bottle of 14. And he's like, I picked this up. Would you have any interest? I'm like, yeah, you're fucking right, I would, because I'm out of 12, and the 14's obviously the next logical step. As soon as that bottle of 14 is done, I'm probably gonna be looking to grab a bottle of this, because
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yes, is my answer as well. I will keep one of these in stock. We have a hard time finding these in Nebraska. Knappogue 16
I
in
have
particular.
not seen it myself, but
Like the reason I told this guy to pick it up when he showed us a picture, like I have never seen one of those in my life. Like I only saw it on the website, and so yeah, let's do that. So, well, gentlemen, we have established that this is an amazing Irish whiskey.
No, not quite. Hang on. Yeah, we did.
Well, there goes the cheers
I
at the
think we
end,
need
but
Sorry, I can still clink.
we need to join him,
There's a drop.
Chicken. Sandy Bottoms.
easily done
My
too.
God. So smooth.
Yeah, the only burn is in my cheeks.
Yeah, not even.
It's
that.
a little bit. It's just a little. Not in the esophagus.
Nope.
And I'm even breathing to let oxygen go down there, and it's still not burned. Because that's usually when you drink alcohol, when the actual burns and mints hit.
Yep.
It's when you open your mouth and oxygen hits your mouth again, and those chemical reactions. But none of that's happening here. It's just all buttery, smooth, beautiful. So, folks, guys, anything you'd like to say to the people before we
No,
go?
good to go, man. Appreciate you, love you.
As I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this very special Knappogue Castle 16 official review. This one is in the books, folks. Check it out. Like, share, subscribe. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme Phil, K.O.E, signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partners in inebriation.
The Blend Master, Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
Styling, profiling, chicken. Appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
Woo!